For so many years, the 12 rotor has been a mythical mystery, and it has deserved so much more than what we've gotten to until now. This is exactly what the 12 rotor deserves to look like. This 12 rotor can't have all of the intercoolers on this sled going down the quarter mile. So we need to make it run well on a fuel we've never used before, on an engine nobody else has ever ran properly. It is time to make this the final version of the 12 rotor setup. This was one of my favorite parts of all of this, solving one of the weirdest design challenges of the motor itself, but I think it's time we change this up a little bit. This is a very hot spot. Here's what I want to do. We've got the two turbos doing this, right? And they're getting ram air. I want the third turbo to do the same thing.
This is gonna be above your head?
Most likely. Now that changes a lot of things, but it does also get the entire exhaust system where it's all collected at most, dissipating out off into the wild blue yonder. We have to admit defeat that the intake manifold is okay for wide open throttle. It really is once the turbos come online. But for partial throttle, the rotors and what they're doing is showing weaknesses in having one big plenum. There are two rotors pulling from one side of the thing all at once, and then two others pull from over here, and then there's some exhaust coming with the overlap, and so you get this weird like push and pull, and it's just a pain in the ass to tune around. It causes some of the rotors to get more fuel when they shouldn't, and others to get more air when they shouldn't. It's time that we fix that. Now, one of the simplest concepts is having the intakes all the way in the back, but I think what we're gonna do is take three separate manifolds, make it truly 3 4 rotors, split them all apart, have 3 throttles, and now we have a much more controllable environment where rotors aren't stepping on each other's toes. You know, this is like that phoenix rising from the ashes. It's going to be reborn. I love it. What we're going through right now, we're both sitting here just going, if we go this way, we have to do all this. If we go that way, this doesn't work exactly. So there's like benefits and drawbacks to each of the ways we decide to do the intake manifolds. And most of it kind of has to do with the middle of it. The sides are so symmetrical, that's not really a problem. We're all agreeing that having the throttle bodies in the back would be really cool. But then now we have to have 3 massive intercooler pipes going from the turbos to the back and then radiusing. So that's what we're going to problem solve today. On one hand, we have the billet 1 rotor, entire engine. And on the other hand, we have just one small piece of the puzzle for the 12 rotor. It's actually really fun doing these 2 engines at once because of just the back and forth is so weird. But this was an idea I had after looking at my existing 4 rotor design manifold and realized that we don't need to reinvent the wheel completely. Hypertune, I reached out to them and I said, hey, your 2JZ manifolds are basically the same as my 4 rotor manifold. Would you be willing to sell me just your custom cool piece times 3?
Oh,
That's
wow.
sick.
I didn't realize it was 2 pieces.
Yeah, they formed pieces and then they weld them together. That's so sick. They have holes for all the pressure sensors.
It's beautiful.
That's so sick. We have 3 of these, but let's go take this one over to the 12 rotor and see what it's got us set up for. That's sick. There's the whole reason that I wanted to shift them back is so that when the heat coming off of this center set starts rising here, the throttle bodies and everything are kind of behind that and have less, you know, there's very little heat, relatively speaking, coming from 1 rotor, then a little bit more with 2 rotors, 3 rotors, and then 4. So this thing's gonna look so badass. I actually thought it was the Hypertune intake for my 4 rotor that we've all known for years, but it's clearly different. So here's a comparison of the 2J.
Oh, it is bigger.
Yeah, thank you. To the previous 4 rotor one. This one is very heavy, but it's also meant for like probably 50 to 100 pounds of boost. This is still going to handle quite a bit of power. This video is made possible by Rocket Money. When I think of myself, I think of it this organized. My life is, oh, all these project cars, things. But the reality is, it's a lot more chaotic. The world we live in really benefits off of subscription models. You can actually save money doing that. But as soon as you focused on something else, you're spending money in places that you don't want to. Thankfully, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that allows you to manage subscription, lower your bills, set a budget, and help focus on saving money. I have used it for several years now, and it is incredible. I do a lot of shipping, right? With merch and all that, and I had opened a random shipping account to try and see if we could use that to make shipping easier. Well, I forgot it was billing me $20 a month. Rocket Money lists all of your recurring expenses, and it shows you if they change, but on top of that, I went in there and I tested it. I was like, okay, Rocket Money, can you cancel this subscription? And they asked me a couple questions, 2-3 taps, and boom, it did it for me. I didn't have to go to their website and play the games. Not only can you manage and cancel subscriptions through Rocket Money, but you can also lower your bills. I was able to do that with the internet service here, and sure enough, they helped me on my behalf. Rocket Money saves you money, not just from those canceled subscriptions and reducing your bills, but if you use their premium features, you can save up to $740 a year. And as a fact, Rocket Money has helped save over $500 million in canceled subscriptions with all of their users. It's time to take control of your finances. Click on the QR code or click on the link in the description to get started for free today. We have version 2 of the center runners, and one of the biggest decisions that we had to make, obviously we all love equal length, there's just too much shit going on up here, we have too much power, so having a little bit of an uneven issue in the front is not going to affect us at all. This reduces all the excess heat generation right behind me and makes it simpler to get straight up to this turbo, eating as much air as possible. So simple, clean. Each one of these will get a wastegate. This is a very emotional roller coaster project for me, but seeing this is like, oh yeah. I don't give a shit about any other engine, but I actually do. Everything's looking ideal. Getting this out here further allows us to have throttle bodies with tons of space from the heat. So there'd be a throttle body essentially here, here, and here. The thing that we realized is that this engine is so unique that the things that we were trying to make all equal, it just doesn't matter. We're going to be doing per rotor tuning regardless. This engine's so weird that it does have inequity. So we might as well utilize that to our advantage. But the triple intake manifold thing, I think that's a winner. I definitely think it's a winner.
So I was essentially thinking something like this, and then this one will be obviously offset this way a little bit. But as far as like throttle body placement, there's a couple of different ways we can do this, I guess. I just wanted to get your opinion.
I do like how you have it low though.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too high. I knew we'd have to have it offset at least some, but
Hold one, and I just want to see how if you hold that one, I want to see what height would that matter. Oh yeah, the whole time it's the same.
yeah, probably too tall.
It's like almost too close to call. Like it's a concern,
Yeah.
but it might not be.
It's more aesthetics than anything. It's
Yeah.
it's not going to be anything.
I think
hurt anything, but
If anything, I would do this one first,
okay.
and then we'll
Kind of that
see.
dictates the second one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, I'm liking this. It's got mohawk now.
Yeah, it's coming together.
It's a lot
It's gonna have a
easier
triple mohawk.
to see what's going on because that big tank was awesome, but it like just
It covered everything.
covered everything.
Yeah.
This is coming together. So everything that we've learned, this thing is gonna definitely be easier to manage and understand what's going on. And I was against it the whole time of like treating it like 3 separate engines, but all the issues we're having are not being able to treat it like 3 separate engines. Oh no. What happened to the trigger wheel?
When the turbo fell, it landed on that.
Is that me?
You bitch.
Nah, you just take a hammer to that.
You already did. You son of a bitch. I would straight up murder you.
I have that on film.
The judge will be like, yeah, no, for sure. I'm surprised he hasn't already. This is way sicker.
Cool, going in
And-
the right direction.
Yeah, and simple.
Yeah, all the tubing will be way simple. So, I mean, clearly, like you were just doing 90 and then 90 straight up and then 90 over. It'll make everything look.
Yeah, this accidentally came out, not accidentally, but because the turbo inlet is on this side, it spins, and this one spins this way, exhaust to exhaust, intake to intake. That simplified that on accident. And
It wasn't on accident. I thought about that.
you did a great job with that. That looks sick. Hell yeah. Well, now I
I
got
did a great job with that.
Joel.
He did do a really good job with that.
Joel's like, there's just not enough controversy in these episodes
I
anymore.
know, huh?
You guys are just doing too good of a job. That said, I have to work on the transmission. If we're gonna rotate it, might as well do a 180 and put it down here. This looks close enough to look like it's off. But if they're flipped, it's like, okay, well, they did that because they had to do it. It looks top.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks better from up here too.
Yeah, that's sick.
While I've been focused on rewiring the 3-rotor, Rob has done an incredible job doing what I was visioning for this. Joel said it, and I can't unsee it now, as there's the flamingo. What we have left is to do the intake piping, which once this gets rotated to the correct angle, there's a nice kind of clean 180, 180, and then this one 90s back in. So no intercoolers. This is going to be whole new territory for us. It certainly does look more like a boat motor again, but it also, from like way back there, it looks like a monster. I'm more proud of this version of the engine because it looks nasty. I personally can't wait to see the intercooler piping go on there and then just see that's the shape of the monster we've created. This is essentially 3 4-rotors in a row, all working together. They're all connected. It's one massive engine, but the thing I've been dreaming of is symmetry. This by nature can't be absolutely mirrored, but it can be symmetrical. And so we have the 2 turbos on each side, we have the 3rd turbo in the middle, all 3 facing towards the front of the vehicle to get the same amount of effect of ram air, which is a huge effect, especially at the speeds that this vehicle and engine are capable of going. This makes it so much easier for me to manipulate and control each of the rotors. And on top of that, once we tear this apart, we are going to try and make it run like a full 12-rotor. It never has, where every single rotor fires at its own time. You've gotten this aggressive 6-rotor twin pulse thing, but this thing is going to scream like we've never heard before. Thanks to Hypertune and the guys that made this whole thing just look like one of those Nelson Racing Engine looking things. It deserves the hype, but you'll probably notice there are no intercoolers. That simplified things considerably. Now, no matter how efficient a turbo is, 20% or more of that energy is turned into heat. How are we gonna cool that heat? First of all, it's time to have a meth addiction, but secondly, it's not just me, it's the turbos that need to be eating meth.